Hi and welcome to the third in our series of palCentre Getting It Right. So this one is about G, which is for generating assessments, an important task for all of us using palCentre. So in this one I'm going to show you how to add an assessment, view an assessment and edit an assessment. So let's bring up palCentre. Okay, so you'll remember that this is the screen that you first see once you've logged in. And because assessments are all about the resident, that's precisely the page we will go to. So take your cursor up and click on the Residents tab up the top. This opens up your list of residents that you've added to palCentre. We can see, remember I may have mentioned that when a line is highlighted in green, that's the resident I'm interested in looking at. So you know I've been entering my test residents as different colors. So let's add an assessment for this resident. Remember, if you hover over these icons, they tell you what they are. And look, there's the icon, which is not a very correct looking ECG, but it is indeed the assessments icon. So if I want to view assessments, I click there. So you can see that will take you to this individual resident's assessment page, and he has no assessments. So we all know we need to add an assessment within 24 hours of admission to the aged care home or PACOP, and that first assessment will be the profile clinical assessment. So let's click on, you guessed it, the add an assessment button. Now you can see that creates a drop-down list of assessments that are within the profile collection and also the outcomes collection. However, in this example, only the profile collection tools are available because this resident has not yet been admitted into the PACOP outcomes collection. So let's add a profile clinical assessment for this resident. Once you click on it, it opens up the assessment tool. Now this looks big and like a lot of information, but it's simply the profile clinical assessment broken down into three parts: the face-to-face, the desktop assessment, and followed by the action plan. So I'm not going to take you through the important things about this assessment because that's another session altogether. I'm just going to show you some quick tips on how easy it is to complete this using a computer. First of all, the Now buttons are great. If you are indeed filling out this assessment now, you can simply click on those and it will enter the date and time for you. If not, you can enter alternate times and dates. Quick tips about filling out any of the select tabs. So first of all, click on the select and see what options are available. For this one, it's about who rated the SAS. So we all know resident rateds, the gold standard. I'm going to select that one. For the select tabs where there's a score available, they will all include drop-downs telling you the scores and other options that might be relevant. So there's two things you can do here. You can use your cursor, click on the select, open it up and select a score. Or now that I've done that, I can press the tab key. You can see when I press the tab key, it highlighted the next field. And because I know the scores for SAS were from 0 to 10, I can type in number 3 and it will enter it for me. So that's a simple way of filling out the SAS. The same goes for the problem severity score. Once you learn what's in the field and what the correct number represents, you can enter it in with a key or select it. And then I can simply go tab and type in a number and it will enter it. So just start to learn what all the options are within each select tab and you'll soon get the hang of it. For example, here's the AKPS. It's got all the options there, or you could type in the number. R.I.G.H.T will be the same. It will include all the options available. You can use the cursor or you can tab and select, type in a number. Once you've entered all four, it will give you a total RUG. So go through and simply enter all of the fields and using the appropriate answer, and finish off each section with the grey part where it talks about who completed it. So select the relevant role. For the desktop assessment, just remember you can only have one main reason, but you can have more than one other reasons, and then everything else is not a reason. And they're just simple click in it and it will select that field. These again are drop downs where you just simply select the appropriate answer. So I won't go through them all, but just again put your cursor over the select and it will open up the drop down fields. Again, that section is finished by completing it when you use the grey section. The final section is the action plan. These are simply radio buttons where you go through and simply click over the field that's appropriate. And finally, you finish with the action plan. So here you can only complete, if you select no action, then all other options are unavailable because you've said there is no action required. Alternatively, if you select either internal action or external action, all the fields will become available. And so, again, you'll know that section's finished when you complete the grey part, and then it's a simple matter of clicking submit. Now this isn't going to be complete, and I can see now, wow, I have missed some important parts of my assessment, and I did that for a reason, purely because I want to show you now how to edit an assessment. But this is also where you view that one resident's assessments that they've completed. So here we can only see one because we've only done one assessment. But here's where you will go when you click on that ECG icon, and you'll be able to view all of this resident's assessments as they're completed, starting with the most recent. And when this page fills up, you'll see arrows appear down the bottom where you can scroll through historical assessments. Now, we've seen, and I showed you, I left some parts out of the SAS, so I really want to complete it. If you go up to these three dots, you will see there, when I click on them, it opens up, do I want to edit or delete this assessment? If it's completely written in error, here's where you would delete it, but those records will be gone, so do be careful when hovering over that one. So let's click on the edit button. And you'll see it opens up that exact assessment that I just completed. And I can go here now and finish those SAS fields that I wanted to. And I'm going to say no distress from that. And once I've corrected the areas I wanted to, and remember it's best to fill out every possible section you can for a good quality assessment. Click submit. And you'll see now those missing scores are now entered in there. So that is how you add an assessment. We can now view where a resident's assessments will be stored on their individual page. And you've also edited an assessment. Let's go back now to the residents tab. And if I click on the ECG icon, remember that's where you can view, add, or edit an assessment. Stay tuned for the next section in this series, which is all about H, and that's how to find things in palCentre. Thanks for watching.